fainting spells. He used to cry, and when he would cry, he would pass out. And so later on, we found out he had very enlarged tonsils. Yeah, he literally, yeah. So like literally anything, like he would hit himself and he would cry and he just couldn't breathe and just would pass out. But so he ended up having like enlarged tonsils, right? Yeah, adenoids. So when he ended up getting surgery, what, like around 4 or 5 years old? Yeah. So I remember when he had the enlarged adenoid, yeah, he had like this really like good voice. He would talk kind of like this. And so when he got hit the surgery, he didn't talk for like a whole week straight. Like this boy is not gonna talk. He would not talk. I'm like, Freddie, like try to, and he just would not talk, right? So one day, I was in my room and he was like playing in there and playing with his toys, and then all of a sudden he goes, "Mommy, mommy!" And I'm like, "Who the heck is that?" And it ended up being little Freddy because he didn't have any more tonsils. He sounded all high pitched, like he had a freaking kazoo in his mouth. So that was one of my favorite memories that I always have in the back of my mind, and every time, yeah. And every time I feel like sad, and I always, whenever I feel really upset or when I feel really down, I always think of my nieces and nephews and memories that I've had with them. And I know they probably don't know this, but they're literally my happy place. I know I don't say it a lot because of this happens. But whenever I feel down or whenever I feel upset, I always think about memories and stuff that I have with my nieces and nephews. And Freddie being the first one, that always comes up on my mind. So I just want to let you know that that memory has literally saved my life so many times. And I've never really shared that with anybody. Um, but just want to know that I'm really proud of you, and I'm just really thankful that you're in my life. And I know that I don't say it often, and I might not come around as much as everybody else, but just know that I'm always praying for you guys, and I'm here for you guys, and you know.
You're next. You're next. One of the things that I love to do for my nephew is cook for him. I every time if I come up with a new recipe or if I cook something new or if Jesse and I put something in the smoker, I'm always thinking of Freddie, and sometimes I'll sneak him some extra pieces here and there or whatever because I know like he really truly makes me feel appreciated when I do that for him. Since we're telling stories, when Jesse was in Iraq and Afghanistan, Disneyland was our place that we would go to, and so do you remember? For Christmas, we got Carlos and Freddie um, passes. And so I don't remember what it was, but I handed them the paper, and then one of them was, I don't know if it was Carlos. He was scared because he didn't want to leave or something, and he thought he was gonna go live at Disneyland. But that was something that we did often. That was when kindergarten was only like half day, so Jasmine and Carlos. As soon as I'd get home from work, my mom would have all the kids ready, and then we would go to Disney for just a few hours. And do you remember when I took you guys on Tower of Terror for the first time? So I'd never been on Tower of Terror myself either because my kids were little, so I didn't go on there, and then I didn't have Jesse there with me to trade off or whatever. So they were all tall enough. It was Freddie, Jasmine, and Carlos that were tall enough to go. I'm like, I'm gonna take them on Tower of Terror. So we go through the line. It was during the week, so there's no line, but it had a creepy vibe. It was scary. And then as soon as we get in and we take our seats, the 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 conductor person like looked creepy, and he was like, "Enjoy your ride," or whatever. And then he goes like this with his hand, and the thing just locks in place. And little Freddie was next to me. What were you, like 5, 6 years old or so? And then he goes, "Tia Conchita, I gotta go to the bathroom." And I'm like, "You can't. We're like locked in here. Like we can't. Like we just gotta roll with the punches." And I had no idea what this ride was gonna do, where it was gonna drop us or whatever. I just knew people said it was a cool ride. And so the whole time, like I had my hand over grabbing him, grabbing whoever else, but we made it through the ride, and all of us were shaking, and you have to go down some stairs, and we had to sit on a bench, but Freddie's face was all white and pale, and then I didn't know to laugh or to cry, because I like totally put the kids through this shit, and I didn't even know what it was about. But that was never a ride that we got on anymore. But I really enjoyed doing that for you guys. They had their little books, and they would go up to Soli and get their little signatures and stuff like that. And I love you. I'm really proud of you. I know your Theo Jesse talks to you a lot about future and career and all that stuff. And just know that he truly loves you, and he just wants what's best for you guys, all of you guys. He just doesn't want you guys to waste time. Right now, you guys don't. You have the comfort of your home, the support of your parents. So if he seems pushy, it's because he doesn't want you to waste time. You can go out and do that now. Don't wait until you're old like us, you know. So we love you so much.
The one there in the black jacket and black hat, and the one in the brown onesie are little Freddy.
All right, I'll keep mine short. 15 minutes later. All right. So for those of you guys that don't know me, I'm Freddie's uncle. And to me, Freddie's always been my first favorite. No, never.